Shalom, giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachahakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. And real brief, I wanted to address something said in this video done by Vocab Malone, what everyone needs to know about the Black Hebrew Israelites. And this just proves one thing when you watch this video, that he was always set up to demonize us, and he was just basically gathering intelligence. And as Christians always do, they come, crouched down and humbled down as if they actually want to dialogue about the scriptures. But now that all of this rhetoric and all of this madness is out, with this so-called Hebrew Israelite, all right, which has been linked to Israelite Church of God in Jesus Christ, which is headed by the Comforter, Jermaine Grant, the so-called God-sent Comforter, which he's a bug out. Who's been bought and paid for. He was also linked to Islam, they say. So, the narrative, itself is very fitting. This is something they could work with and use for persecution. And as I said, Vocab Malone is going to be at the forefront, or one of the main people used to try to link everything together to make us terrorists. But as he came up to the camps, he tried to make it as if he's real peaceable and he really had good intentions. But now you see his countenance is changing, and he's saying their belief system is why they go around shooting and killing people. Okay, now the dude supposedly had his fringes on, okay, when doing the shooting. And now, all right, there's a letter he left behind, which at first the news said they couldn't make out what the letter said. Now the letter, all right, gives a manifesto of why he went and did these actions, which we understand that this is all set up. We believe through the Spirit is set up. But even if it was an actual guy who was once affiliated with the Israelites that went out and did this act, all right, that's not something that could be tied, all right, to all Israelites. And we do not teach to take up arms. And he knows this, showing you that he's the devil, as the scriptures say, real quick. The scriptures warned us about people like him. This is Sirach, okay, 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. So from the get-go, he understood what his mission was. And I've been one to constantly call him out that his mission is to link us to domestic terrorism and Islam, okay? And he's doing a great job of doing that. But we're on to you, all right? And we'll say this. Your plan is not going to work. Okay, now persecution will come, but eventually you devils will lose, because just as you could try to bring up particular crimes of what you call Black Hebrew Israelites, which could be set up, which could be, actual bug outs, whatever it is, your crimes have reached up to the heavens. Okay, the crime of the so-called Jew, all right, are absolutely atrocious, man. And it goes from organ harvesting, what's this, fractional reserve banking, all right, human trafficking, child pedophilia, biting, circumcising children with your mouths, okay, drinking blood, and mass enslavement, okay, as well as various other crimes that you believe that you're going to get away with. Now it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, all right, and shall know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away, which is why we didn't want to deal with him when he came up. But you have to defend the gospel. But ultimately what he's doing is he's trying to get particular wording and verbiage out of Israelites, so that he can present it in this documentary he's going to come out with eventually on the One West Hebrew Israelite camps. And mark my words, there will be a documentary. It will go national, and he will eventually be interviewed by big news stations and present this very same information that you hear him presenting in this video on a world platform. All right. So that guy's an agent. He is a so-called Jew, I believe, through the Spirit, and it's personal to him. All right. And he's not sincere. He doesn't have good intentions. And his overall goal is to have us locked up and thrown off the streets and put to death and linked to terrorism. All right. And you can continue. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's what they want. They never wanted us as Israelites to come to this understanding. So now the only thing they can do is demonize it, because they can't deal with us in the scriptures. All right, we're fulfilling prophecy. The scriptures deal with the Israelites in the latter days coming back to the understanding of who they were before the kingdom of heaven was set up. And they're trying to offset that, all right, by, belittling us and linking us to just this term black, all right, and everything else negative. So they are trying to remain in that stead of being the chosen people. And as you can see, vocab has changed his countenance. Remember, he didn't really believe that those people were the so-called Jews, were the true Jews. He was kind of iffy about it. Now black Hebrew Israelites are killing Jews, so he believes that those people over there are the Jews, in which he will not deal with prophecy of, if those are the Jews, why is there war in the land? If there are the Jews, where's David? When the Messiah would have to come and place the children of Israel back in that land. They wouldn't get the land back through a Balfour Declaration. But I wanted to deal with something real quick, and I'm pretty sure brothers are going to eventually address this video and, go into it. And as will I, if the spirit jumps on me. But I wanted to address something he said about reincarnation. So let's go ahead and look, because in this video, he's giving reasons why, according to our teachings, we go out and harm Jews. So he's a demon. All right. But we all knew this. And, if there was any question if the man was sincere, now you should be very clear that he's not. But let's go ahead and play this clip about reincarnation.
I learned of this belief in my first street encounter with a young black Hebrew Israelite. I remember telling the man, your theology is racist. He responded, that's because God is racist. Anderson believed what almost every single One West Hebrew Israelite group or camp believes. God hates certain people based strictly on their...
And the scriptures do say God hates Esau, okay? Now, take what we're saying and apply it to the story of Exodus. Was Moses racist? Was God racist for avenging? All right, because the Most High is the one who avenged the Egyptians, okay? We're not teaching to go avenge ourselves. We got to wait on the Lord, but we're telling you what the Lord is going to do. All right. The Lord punished a particular nation of people, a particular race of people, based on what they did to his chosen people. So what we're saying is not out of the guidelines of the spirit. OK, the Lord tells you that he's going to avenge those who have troubled his churches, his chosen people, the Israelites. That's written in the Old and New Testament. OK, and the Lord chose the Israelites to be the nation that will be on top of the rest of the heathen nations, man. Now, if you deal with the blessings, OK, if you deal with the blessings alone, let's deal with that real quick. When you get the blessing, Deuteronomy real quick. Let's say the Israelites had got it right and didn't break the laws. Well, this is what would have happened. Deuteronomy 28:1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. Okay, above all nations on the earth, man. Okay, and when you look at Jacob's blessing, all right, in Genesis, the 27th chapter, one of the blessings is that his brethren will bow to him, man, and that all nations would serve his seed. Okay, so what we're saying is not outside of what the scriptures say. I just wanted to say that real quick, but I wanted to real quick address this reincarnation thing he brought up.
Base. You'll hear more details on this in number 5. But for now, number 3. The black Hebrew Israelites teach the doctrine of reincarnation. Reincarnation is the belief, usually associated with Eastern religions, that after you die, you return.
Now, he said Eastern religions. Now, what this dumbass doesn't understand is that the scriptures originated in the East. The story of the Bible goes back, the knowledge that was given unto Adam and eventually passed down through that chosen line, okay, comes from the East. Okay? This is Genesis 28:8, Genesis 2:8. And Yahweh, all right, planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And what did he do with the man that he put eastward in Eden? He breathed unto him the breath of life, which was the understanding, all right, of the Lord's way, the understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments, how to govern the earth, how to treat the animals, what belongs where. That was given unto Adam, and Adam eventually gave that wisdom to Eve, all right, which is symbolic of Yahushua in the church. But eastward in Eden is where this knowledge originated, okay? Genesis 2:8, eastward is the east. Kadam, all right? East, antiquity, front, that which is before time, front line, all right? East, even the Hebrew language means, all right, from a region beyond, okay? Going back, all right, that language, all right, is from the past, all right? It was passed through the ages, all right, through a particular line, man. The name of the Lord, okay, was given unto Moses in this language. Okay, the word Ibar means what? Hebrew means what? From the region beyond, from the past, the language from the past. Where did it originate? In the East, ancient time, aforetime, from old, earliest time. So the doctrine and understanding of reincarnation, yes, comes from the East. It's just that these heathen nations take the belief and add their own spin. They say, well, you can come back as a spider. You can come back as a mouse. You have Elamites over in temples in India saying, living in a temple with rats, saying these are their ancestors. They're bugged out. What we teach is actually biblical. Okay. Beginning eastward. So the East is where all of these belief systems originated, man. This is where the truth originated. Okay. So eastward in Eden, the East. Why do you think we face the East, according to what Solomon said? Because that's where the temple was, man. The East. So you vocab Malone, you Christians are absolutely void of understanding when it comes to the scriptures, man. Let's get Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Okay, and that's how our people are. They don't want to walk in the ways of the East. They don't want to have that ancient mind frame because they want to link the West and this Western civilization, this Western thought pattern unto the scriptures, and that's where you don't find rest. Okay, now dealing with reincarnation itself, we understand that when you die, you don't go to hell. When you die, your spirit returns unto the Lord. Okay? Your spirit returns unto the Lord, man. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, your flesh, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. That's what happens when you die. And there's various other scriptures to support that this is the process. But Christians teach you that you go and burn in some place called hell or you go to heaven. No, all spirits return unto the Lord. Okay, and they come back in their third and fourth generation for their judgment. Right now, we're living in a time where we believe through faith that this is the final judgment. Okay, and the spirit of the prophets, okay, are within their children to receive the blessing. As Peter asked the Lord, how will we receive, okay, how will we receive, okay, the blessings, okay? And the Lord told him, because they gave up everything, okay? And what did the Lord tell him? Matthew 9:28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you that ye which followed me in the regeneration, when you are born again, when you are back in the flesh in a new body, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye shall sit upon 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So does that mean Peter and the rest of the apostles are going to be 2,000 and something years old? No, those spirits are going to return in new bodies to receive that blessing, man. Okay. Now, real quick, I'll end it off here. All right. Because I don't have that much time. I didn't want to go too in depth into reincarnation. Lord willing, we will do videos on that. But here's a quick question. All right. For Vocab Malone and for you who deny reincarnation. What does this mean? Daniel chapter 12 and 13. But go thy way, all right, till the end be, For thou shalt rest. Okay, because how do you rest? When you go to the king, when you go to the heavens, you rest. But eventually it says, and stand in thy lot in the end of days. So how is Daniel going to stand in his lot in the end of days? Okay, how? What does this mean? Okay, it says, Daniel 12:13, but go thy way till the way of thy way to the end be, for thou shalt find rest, and stand in thy lot in the end of days. How is Daniel going to stand in his lot in the end of days? Okay, let's get another one. Hold up. I believe it's Revelation, the 10th chapter, and then I'll end it off. Okay, because when you die, you don't go to no place called hell. All right, all spirits return unto the Lord, man, and he uses those spirits, okay, to come back on the earth eventually in due time in the third and fourth generation and receive their judgment. Okay, when you get Revelation 10 and this is the angel speaking to John at 11. It says, and he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Now, there's no record of John leaving the Isle of Patmos and going back and prophesying. He was in his old age. He was in captivity, in prison on a salt mine. Okay, writing these letters, receiving these visions, sending them to the churches, man. He was the last of the apostles who had seen and walked with Yahushua. So these letters were very, very important to the church. But he eventually died on the Isle of Patmos. Okay. Now, when did he go out and prophesy again? Revelation 10 and 11. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many people and nations and tongues and kings. When did John do that? How does that work? Explain it. How does it work? Well, the scriptures tell you how it works. That's either that's associated with Eastern religions. And well, this is not a religion, and the knowledge of the scriptures originated in the East, dummy. Sirach 10. All right, this is Sirach 35 and 15. Sirach 36 and 15. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. So the prophets will be raised back up again in the latter days, which is how when you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, okay, Revelation 18 and 20, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. So if when Babylon is destroyed, which Christians don't want to deal with, okay, which the Lord is going to destroy Babylon, the apostles will be rejoicing. Okay, how? Because they'll be back, all right, to witness it and receive their reward, man, as Yahushua told them in the regeneration, man. Shalom.